What began as a routine holiday performance has now become one of the most shared music clips across American social media platforms this season. In early December 2025, a Christmas performance by Lucy Thomas began circulating online, first appearing in small clusters of YouTube recommendations before rapidly expanding into broader American feeds. Unlike many viral moments that originate from controversy or marketing campaigns, this one appeared to grow organically. Viewers encountered the clip unexpectedly, often while browsing unrelated content, and engagement metrics showed unusually high watch times for a single performance video. The performance itself was straightforward in presentation. There were no elaborate stage effects, no dramatic edits, and no visible attempts to modernize the song for algorithmic appeal. Instead, the focus remained entirely on vocal delivery and tone. Analysts who track online engagement patterns noted that videos with minimal visual stimulation rarely perform at this level unless they trigger a strong emotional response. Early comments under the video revealed a consistent pattern. Many American viewers said they felt compelled to stop scrolling almost immediately. Others described the performance as calming, familiar, or reminiscent of older holiday broadcasts that emphasized vocal clarity over spectacle. This initial reaction phase is widely believed to be what triggered the platform's recommendation systems to push the video further. Within days, the clip appeared on reaction channels, compilation playlists, and holiday-themed recommendation loops. Importantly, much of this spread occurred without direct reposting by major music outlets, indicating that audience behavior, not promotion, was driving visibility. That distinction would later become a key factor in why the performance resonated so strongly. Viewers in the United States weren't just watching the performance, they were emotionally engaging with it. Media analysts point to a growing appetite among American audiences for content that feels grounded and emotionally accessible, particularly during the holiday season. Lucy Thomas' Christmas performance arrived during a period when many viewers were already seeking comfort-oriented media. The timing aligned with seasonal viewing habits that prioritize nostalgia, family-oriented themes, and slower packing. What stood out most to audiences was the absence of vocal exaggeration. Instead of dramatic flourishes or high-energy embellishments, the performance maintained restraint. This approach mirrored classic holiday broadcasts that many viewers grew up with, especially those aired in the late 1990s and early 2000s. As a result, the clip felt familiar without feeling outdated. Social data showed that the video was frequently shared among older demographics, particularly on platforms like Facebook and YouTube. Many comments referenced watching similar performances with parents or grandparents, suggesting that the clip bridged generational viewing preferences. That crossover appeal is considered rare in modern music virality, which often targets narrow age groups. Additionally, the clarity of the performance made it accessible to casual listeners. Viewers did not need prior knowledge of the artist to appreciate the clip. This lowered the barrier to entry and encouraged repeat viewing. In digital media terms, this is often described as low-friction engagement, a factor strongly associated with viral longevity rather than short-term spikes. The viral spread wasn't sudden. It was calculated, gradual, and algorithmically reinforced. Platform data suggests the video benefited from unusually high completion rates. Viewers were not clicking away midway through the performance, a metric that significantly influences recommendation systems. Because the clip maintained attention from beginning to end, it was repeatedly classified as high-quality engagement content. Reaction creators played a secondary but important role. Many channels featured the performance without heavy commentary, allowing the original audio to remain central. This approach preserved the emotional impact and avoided overframing the clip as a trend. As a result, new viewers encountered the performance in a relatively neutral context, reinforcing authenticity. Short-form excerpts also contributed to visibility. Select moments from the performance were clipped and shared, often without titles or heavy captions. These fragments functioned as teasers, directing viewers back to the full version. Analysts note that this pathway, short-form discovery leading to long-form viewing, is one of the most effective viral pipelines currently observed. Unlike many trending clips, the performance did not experience a sharp peak followed by rapid decline. Instead, engagement increased steadily over several weeks. This slow burn pattern is typically associated with content that audiences revisit rather than consume once and forget. For many Americans, this wasn't a rediscovery, it was a first introduction. Search trends showed a notable increase in queries related to Lucy Thomas following the video's spread. Viewers sought background information, earlier performances, and long-form interviews. This behavior indicated that audiences were not treating the clip as a standalone moment, but as an entry point into a larger body of work. One recurring comment theme was surprise. Many viewers expressed confusion over why the singer was not already widely known in the United States. This perception fueled deeper engagement, as people attempted to understand how such a polished performer had remained outside mainstream American media. From a reporting standpoint, this phenomenon aligns with what industry observers call contextual curiosity. When audiences feel they have discovered something overlooked, they are more likely to invest time exploring it further. This dynamic often results in binge viewing patterns, which further amplify algorithmic reach. Importantly, the absence of oversaturation helped sustain interest. Because the performance was not immediately followed by aggressive promotion or media appearances, curiosity remained unresolved. That sense of incompleteness encouraged continued discussion and speculation across comment sections. As visibility grew, so did questions about what might happen next. Online discussions began to include speculation about potential American television appearances, holiday specials, or future collaborations. While no official announcements were made, the volume of conversation itself became part of the story. Fans debated whether the moment represented a strategic pivot or simply an organic surge. Industry commentators noted that viral success during the holiday season carries unique implications. Christmas performances often reach broader demographics than standard releases, making them valuable entry points into new markets. However, they also present challenges, as momentum can fade once seasonal interest declines. What distinguished this case was the tone of speculation. Rather than focusing on contracts or chart positions, viewers discussed emotional impact and longevity. Many questioned whether maintaining a quieter artistic identity could be an advantage rather than a limitation in the American market. From a news perspective, the lack of confirmation has kept the narrative open-ended. Without official statements, the conversation remains driven by audience interpretation rather than corporate messaging, a factor that continues to sustain engagement. In a digital landscape dominated by spectacle, this viral moment followed a different formula. The performance did not rely on shock value, controversy, or aggressive branding. Instead, it succeeded through emotional clarity and timing. Media analysts emphasize that such moments are increasingly rare, particularly in music-driven virality. What makes this case noteworthy is its contrast with prevailing trends. At a time when fast edits and exaggerated visuals dominate, a restrained performance captured sustained attention. This suggests a shift, however small, in audience preferences, especially during culturally reflective periods like the holidays. As the season continues, the performance remains in circulation, still appearing in recommendations weeks after its initial surge. That persistence indicates more than fleeting interest. Whether it marks a long-term shift or a singular moment remains to be seen. For now, the story serves as a reminder that viral success does not always follow predictable patterns. Sometimes it arrives quietly, resonates deeply, and spreads simply because people choose to keep watching.